What's up, heels and baby faces? It is time for another episode of the Countdown City WrestleCast, and this time I'm your host Tommy. With me, of course, is JC.
Hey, everybody!
And of course, my boy Tez. Totally worth it. Of course, today we are
doing
going
the mime today.
Yeah, just today.
You broke character.
No, well, he's not the first person.
You didn't pay me to stay in character.
That's true. He's not the first person in wrestling related to break character for no reason whatsoever. Shockmaster. Anyway. And of course, you guys can always follow us at Twitter at CCG_WrestleCast. And of course, here on YouTube, and be sure to subscribe to stay notified about our latest videos.
Yep.
So today we are going to run down New Japan Pro Wrestling Wrestle Kingdom 13 and Impact Wrestling Homecoming. Both happening this coming weekend. So January 4th, of course, New Japan, and January 6th, Impact Homecoming.
Kind of crazy weekend to start the new year, right?
Yeah.
So.
Just jump right into wrestling.
Hell yeah.
I always
Nothing wrong with that.
I always laugh because that's like New Japan is so unfair. They give their very best show of the year
at the
4 days into January, and everyone else is like saying, "How do we compete with this crap?"
Hey,
Hell, New Japan almost can't
it's
compete
smart
with
that
that.
they nailed that date down. So January 4th, I don't care what day of the week it is, at the Tokyo Dome. Because everyone's going to ask, well, when is WrestleMania this year? What's the date for WrestleMania?
Yeah.
When is this or that? And New Japan Wrestle Kingdom, you're like, oh, it's January 4th. We know it's January 4th. So.
The January 4th Tokyo Dome show goes all the way back to 1972, I believe, or 19.
You're the historian. Don't
I think so.
Roughly, yeah.
Yeah, roughly around that time frame. And it's just this is just the 13th that they've had under the Wrestle Kingdom name. But yeah, that's one way to stay consistent and make sure that everyone knows when your show is. I mean, shoot, I've taken the day off from work almost every day since I got New Japan World to stay up to watch it. So. Okay, but let's jump right into it with Wrestle Kingdom 13 with the preview. We have the pre-show match, which is a gauntlet match for the number one contendership for the never openweight 6-man tag team matches, tag team belts. I'm sorry, with the most violent players of Togi Makabe, Toriano, and Ryusuke Taguchi versus Yuji Nagata, Jeff Cobb, and David Finlay versus Chaos members Haruki Goto, Beretta, Chucky T versus Suzuki Gun, Minoru Suzuki, Lance Archer, Davey Boy Smith Jr.
I was waiting for that.
versus the Elite Hangman Page, Yujiro Takahashi, and Marty Scurll. And this is the 6-man never openweight belts are just one of my favorite belts ever created because they have the most random title changes of all time. So, because like these are like the belts that can change heads. It's almost the hardcore title, just not without as many title changes. But that's not saying much.
Not quite as absurd.
There was like a span of like 2 months where it changed like 5 times. I remember seeing that.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
it was.
That's true.
And like the funny part was like the first champions were the Briscoes and Toriano. They lost them like the next day, but then they won them back like 2 days later. I was like, okay, these are the belts we're doing now. Okay, fine, but they've been fun regardless, so I really don't care.
It's kind of cool to see, though.
Yeah. So I will go pick my last on this, but let's start with the JC. Who do you have like for this one?
Sure. Just because you hate him, I'm gonna go with Suzuki Gun.
I knew you were gonna. Should have known that was gonna be your pick.
Well, I'm gonna say this right now. I feel like this is gonna be a show where not very many guys are gonna win, and this is probably one of those where they're gonna get a shot at it. And I feel like if someone's gonna challenge Bullet Club OG for those titles, that is Bullet Club OG, right? Right. Yeah. So these are definitely the guys that could probably do it and put together a good match at a future show. So I'm gonna go with Suzuki Gun on that. So
okay.
All right.
Tez, what you got?
I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to agree with JC on this one. Not only to just have you sandwiched between the two of us because of Lance Archer, but also for the exact same reason is that I feel just to me visually, I think that would be a more interest. That would be a pretty uneven on par match. No telling if the titles will switch or not.
Yeah.
There's
really no telling if the titles will switch or not.
History says it might. History says it
might.
I gotta go with Suzuki Gun also.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna surprise both of you and actually agree.
Wow.
And
because you love
it. Had no, I do not. He knows
Huge.
No,
mark for Lance
it has
Archer.
nothing to do with that. It has everything to do with the fact that pretty much everything about this match just kind of tells me they're going to win it because Going into the Jay White Okada match, which we will get to, he's been saying so much that there's a mole in chaos, there's a traitor in chaos, and he's been teasing that. Plus, we have Toru Yano, who's in chaos, but he's tagging with a non-chaos member and revitalizing an old tag team he used to have, which came out of complete left field. I was like, okay, why is he tagging with Okada? But whatever. And then you have Nagata, Cobb, and Finley, and it was originally supposed to be Michael Elgin in that tag team, but Nagata replaced him. Wow. Yeah, I can't remember why he did that.
He was injured. He was injured.
He was injured.
Okay.
He got hurt.
Okay.
That news came out a couple weeks ago, I believe. So.
Okay, well, Nagata's not a bad replacement at all. The guy's like in his late 40s and still moves like he's in his 30s. There's no bad pick with Nagata at all.
We'll get to the age thing later on down this card.
We will. And of course, and just Suzuki, Archer, and Smith. They're just completely violent in head cases. Well, Archer especially, and I just think they'll carry them over. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, so that's my pick for that. Ugh. But speaking of Okada and Jay White, next up, let's talk about I think what's the only match that's on the main card that isn't a title match. Just a grudge match about that many would say that's been about a year in the making, with Okada versus Jay White. And
wouldn't surprise me if this is later in the card too.
This wouldn't surprise me if this is right before the Intercontinental and the IWGP Heavyweight Championship match. Honestly, because it's Okada. If he's not in the main event, he's never not far away from it.
Yeah, that's true.
in fact, to see him in this match and not go in as champion or not challenging for the belt, it feels weird.
Odd,
it feels really weird.
It is odd to see him not challenging for the belt on Wrestle Kingdom.
It's like what year are we living in? Because it feels like it's been him and Tanahashi so many years. It's like weird that neither one of them is going in with the championship.
Invasion of the Gaijin, man.
Seriously,
that was what 2018 was. I feel like.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll start again with JC with your pick.
Okada. I mean.
Okay.
Let's face it. This is his night. This is his show. He's I guess you could say he's Mr. Wrestle Kingdom at this point in his career. So
he really is.
Yeah. I mean, Okada arguably is the greatest wrestler in the world right now. So I've definitely taken him with this one.
Okay. Yeah. Tez?
I think I kind of look at this as the blow off, and I really can't see Okada not going over in this match.
Okay.
With everything building up from this manager turning on him, and then Jay White, and just. I think Jay White can lose this one because he's going to be going places even
absolutely
after this loss. So this loss won't hurt him at all. There's bigger plans for him in New Japan.
Yeah.
And I don't think this will hurt at all, but this would be a great close to that story.
Yeah, because
this is so good of a match. Whoever wins, whoever loses, they're both going to come out looking great.
Exactly.
So,
I agree. I'm going to go with Okada as well. Sweeping for this one. And one reason why I definitely think so is because Jay White, I think, now has that. He kind of like almost, and I know people are going to hate me for making this comparison. He almost has that Suzuki kind of struggle, or not struggle, flow to him, where even if he loses, he's still the man. He's still going to talk trash about who he can beat and who he's better than. Suzuki has lost how many matches, but yet don't ever try to cross Suzuki, because he will just slap the taste all the way out of your mouth and make you beg for more. So Jay White's the same way. I think he's got that attitude, which is why he's the star now. And of course, according to Tama Tonga, the new leader of Bullet Club. So I don't think a lot. I mean, because Prince
good choice too.
Yeah,
I think that's a great choice.
I think so too. And look at how many times Prince Devitt lost. When he was leader of Bullet Club, it didn't matter because Bullet Club became, with 4 guys, was the hottest stable in all of New Japan. They added more guys to become better, but when they just had the 4 of them, there was no one who could touch them. And even when Devitt lost, it was a loss. Who cared?
Yeah.
Yep.
So
you're still over.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Next up is a match that I think has every single bit of potential to steal the show.
Yeah.
It's the Never Openweight Championship with Kota Ibushi as champion defending against Will Ospreay. This match, I heard it rumored. This is what they were trying to book for Wrestle Kingdom, and I lost my mind. I was like, this could be a show stealer if everyone else is not careful, because it's Ibushi and Ospreay, and if 2 guys know how to go out there and just take over a show, it's those guys. I'll start off with this one, and I'm going to say Ospreay is going to win it this time. Only because I think Ospreay is Ospreay, like Zack Sabre Jr. are the 2 guys who I think could really go anywhere, but had decided to make themselves at home in New Japan. and New Japan has recognized that. I mean, Zack Sabre Jr., like the almost heir apparent of Suzuki GaN in a lot of ways. Ospreay, just like the high flying, just superstar that they have just gravitated towards the Japanese faithful. And in New Japan has seen how much they've willing to sacrifice to be with the company and stay with them, turning down offers almost everywhere else they could go. So I think they're going to reward Ospreay's efforts with that. So that's just my feeling. Tez, what do you think? Cool.
I'm also going with Ospreay on this one. I think this is a great continuation of him kind of moving up to, even though the never openweight title doesn't really regard itself with weight classes.
No, it doesn't.
Even though Ospreay's kind of moved into the kind of the heavyweight-ish area. Yeah. And he kind of recently just jumped up in there. But I think this would be a great progression for him to win this title.
Yeah, because he actually pinned Taichi to get that shot in the first before his ribs got injured.
Yeah,
I think it would have beat him in the first place to become champion. I think he would have been champion going into this instead of Bushi, actually.
And watch some of his matches before he jumped up to the heavyweight division.
Yeah, for real. Watch any match. Anytime you hear the words Ospreay and Ricochet, just sit down and just put a seatbelt buckle on because you're in for a ride. You're in for a serious ride. JC, who you got?
I think this one's going to stay on Bushi. I feel like he hasn't really had much of a run with it. Yeah, first break from it.
Yeah.
But this, I think, this is his belt. He's going to make this mean something. And he's barely won. I think he's barely won this, a month or two ago. Not to say they're going to put on some hell of a match.
Yeah, they are. Well, yeah, regardless of who wins, it's going to be a hell of a match.
Yeah, it's going to be a hell of a match.
Did you see how...
probably steal the show.
Yeah, did you see how Goto got Ibushi to accept this match? Okay,
I missed that.
No. Okay, I gotta tell the story real quick. It's so hilarious. So he tried for like days to get Ibushi to say, "Face me for this belt. Face me for this belt." Ibushi would say, "No, I'm good." So at the end of one night, Goto went to Ibushi and said, "Ibushi, I'm done. That's it. I don't want to have a match with you anymore. We're good." And Ibushi grabbed it like it was like he was a jealous ex about to lose. Like, no, let's have the match. And Goto said, "Okay, you said it."
Yeah. Smart. Reverse psychology.
It was amazing, dude.
He ducked season rabbit season.
Yeah, he did. And I had no idea Goto could be that funny. But I remember just dying laughing because like a New Japan's YouTube channel, when they had the captions, I read that, I was like, oh my god. He really did duck season, rabbit season.
Rabbit season.
Okay, rabbit season.
Fire.
And that was just so great. Okay, so next up is a match that I think is probably going to be the most underrated on the card, but I still think is going to be really good. IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Championship. Suzuki GaN members Yoshinobu Kanemaru and El Desperado versus RPG3K, Sho and Yo versus LIJ members Bushi and Shingo Takagi. Excuse me. I always do that for some reason. This match comes from the Super Juniors Tag League, where all three of these guys made it to the finals, and RBG3K ended up winning the whole league. But New Japan just said, screw it. All three of you guys can do this again, except for the tag titles being on the line.
Let's do this over again.
Yeah, just one more time. Let's go ahead and have this match. And I'm looking forward to it. I think all three of these teams have a viable reason for being where they are right now. And so I just think it's going to be a fun match. But as far as predictions go, let's start with Tez. What do you think?
From a lot of the matches from this division, from the junior tag division, they're always so exciting to watch.
Yeah.
Yep. And between the three of them, it's really hard to pick one.
It is, actually.
But
where it gets tough is when you have the three-way matches. You know?
Yeah, that's true. And I'm going with LIJ on this one.
Okay.
I just no reason in particular, but I can't wait to kind of see this match over again. I may not watch the show live, but I definitely want to see what these guys do based on their past work and this. That's how quick and high flying this is going to be.
Gotcha. Yeah, absolutely. JC?
RBG3K is what I'm going to pick.
Oh, okay.
Because, well, you mentioned it. They kind of they won this already. And there was like, you just make you do it all over again. That ain't cool. Plus, I think, Suzuki GaN, I have them, we all have them winning the pre-show. So I feel like as a stable, they're going to go 1-1 on the night. And this is going to be their loss here.
Yeah, Suzuki GaN is a stable, though. Again, like that whole stable could take losses, and they're still a formidable threat. Anytime, it's like when they returned from Noah a couple of years ago after, and then they just like destroyed all of everyone who was in the ring. I think it was just chaos in the ring, and they just showed up in their really, really stylish tracksuits. I have to admit, I do like their tracksuits, and just like beat up everyone in the ring. It was so cool. As far as my pick, though, I'm gonna go with LIJ as well. But this is another match where it's like Yoshinobu is not one of the younger guys in this match, but you can never tell that by looking at this man. Nope. What is it with New Japan? Veteran wrestlers, they don't wrestle their age at all. No. Kanemaru is gonna go in there and just kind of teach these young boys what's up. But I think Bushi and Takagi are due for that big win. Shingo coming over from Dragon Gate, which was a huge shout.
That was insane.
I literally could never predict that he was the next guy that they were going to be as their new partner to not replace Himuro, just like be there while he's gone recuperating.
They needed somebody.
You think Hiromu's going to show up at Wrestle Kingdom?
Oh,
I just thought about that. He was injured like earlier last year with a neck injury. What if he just shows up?
Hell of a surprise, man.
That would be really cool.
You gotta have some surprise in there. Yeah,
so. But I'm gonna pick LIJ because I think Bushi and Shingo just they've been tearing it up lately. But I wouldn't be shocked if I'm wrong and RPG 3K win it either. So we'll see. All right, next up is proof that New Japan will, who they do business with, they are willing to put their belts on the main stage like they've done with Ring of Honor. The Revolution Pro Wrestling British Heavyweight Championship on the line with the champion of all people, Tomohiro Ishii, defending against Zack Sabre Jr.
Own British invasion of it, so.
Man.
Oh, boy. It's going to be a snug, tough. It's going to be a snug match.
Stiff, man.
This match is going to be like every time Ishii got in the ring with Katsuyori Shibata. Yeah. And I advise anyone who's got New Japan World or any way to watch New Japan to go back and find an Ishii Shibata match. And go ahead and get an ice pack and put it on the back of your neck because you will be feeling all those blows by the time the match is over. And I think this match will be no different. Tomohiro is going to bring the strikes. Zach's going to bring the holds and the painstaking submissions. And I honestly don't know who to pick yet, so I'll go last and I'll go to JC first.
Zack Sabre Jr.
Okay,
he's just running hot right now. He just had a hell of a showing in Final Battle, and I think this is going to be his year to really break out and make a name for himself, especially with the likes of Cody and the Elite leaving Ring of Honor and New Japan. This is a chance for him to really step up. So I think this is going to be his year. So I got Zack Sabre Jr. on this one.
Okay.
Yep.
And for those same reasons, I'm also picking Zack Sabre. He's too red hot right now for the belt to not go to him at this point.
Okay.
And that's really all I gotta say. I'm gonna love seeing some of these technical holds go against the lot more tough,
more stout. You could say,
stout's a good way to put it. Stout, impactful, just brutal.
Japanese wrestling, man.
It's gonna be like it's gonna like watching an F-22 just fight an army tank.
Pretty much.
But an army tank that could take a whole bunch of missiles and just like keep going. It's like
but the technical wrestling is gonna be great.
Absolutely,
It's going to be great. I would love to see how those two styles will mesh.
That's what I've been looking forward to with this match since it was announced. I was like, how are these two going to have a match? Which I believe any match on this card can be a match of the year candidate in January. I believe that.
Yeah, I don't see any
even
points.
Yeah, even the sleeper matches could have the chance to do that because the guys can pull it off if they need to. Yep. And this match is no exception. So with that being said, I'm also going to agree and pick Zack Sabre Jr. And one reason why is because Zach actually did win the New Japan Cup of 2018 and was so close, I think, to dethroning Okada long before Kenny Omega ever had to. And can you imagine the headlines that would have, like, the world would have gone crazy if Zach had tapped out on Okada and won that belt? It would have been crazy. Yeah. But I think if anyone has a chance of beating Ishii straight up, it's Zack Sabre Jr. because that's a small list of people who can do that. Yeah. Oh man, so I'm great looking forward to that match.
Oh yeah.
Now a match that I think some people will feel has a bit of controversy going in, and maybe the hardest one to pick on this whole freaking card: the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Championships. Grills of Destiny, the champions, Tama Tonga, Tongaloa, versus Los Ingobernables de Japón members Sonata and Evil, who won the World Tag League of 2018, versus the Young Bucks of Matt and Nick Jackson. Who else would the Young Bucks be? I just said the names just to make sure everything was fair and on the up and up.
Yep.
This match is controversial because a lot of fans have been wondering why are the Young Bucks in it. That being said, because New Japan likes money and Young Bucks are money.
Young Bucks are money anywhere they go.
Young Bucks are money. I mean, And actually, when you look at it, there logistically are good reasons why the Young Bucks should be in here. They have pinned LIJ before.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
They did lose the belts to Guerrillas of Destiny and never really did get a rematch one-on-one, like in team on team for them.
Yep.
So they have a legitimate gripe to be in this match. But just the bottom line is, if people are mad about this match, you just don't get the drawing power of the Young Bucks at this point. And I really don't know what more we could say to make that any clearer about how much the Young Bucks can draw.
Or you're a firm believer in anything Jim Cornette says, even though he's been putting on about Young Bucks.
I go back. I go back.
You say those 2 words, Jim Cornette, you get that reaction.
I go back and forth with Jim. On
I
Jim
do too.
Cornette.
I do too.
I think most fans do.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So I'll kick this one off. And honestly, I think the Guerrillas of Destiny are going to keep the belts. That's just my personal feeling. I think this is another possibly still the show match. I think with most, if not all, of the Elite, because I don't know where Yujiro Takahashi and Marty Scurll fit on this radar right now with their contracts not really expiring anytime soon when it comes to All Elite Wrestling. If that's still happening, I'm throwing air quotes just in case we're
They're
wrong.
trolling the heck out of us.
They are because I know
countdowns on their phones, man. It's just,
I know, and I've never been more excited for January the 1st than I am right now, trying to figure out what the heck the Young Bucks are talking about.
It'd be awesome if they busted out right at midnight too.
It will be so great. Oh my god! I'm gonna stay glued to YouTube to see if Being the Elite is gonna post an episode right then and there.
While I'm in downtown San Antonio,
Exactly.
on my phone.
Yes, it's like Happy New.
By the way, side
Year.
note, if you have the theme for the Undisputed Era on your phone, start playing it at 11:58:58, and right at midnight you'll be able to go boom. So do that on your phone, little nice little Undisputed
So
Era.
11:58:58.
11:58:58. Start the song, and then right at midnight you'll be able to go boom.
I hope I'm somewhere with my family so I can play it real loud. Be like, so they can
Try that at home, people.
Yeah.
Although by the time this comes out, it might be past the new year, but think about it for next year. So
Yeah. The Undisputed Era will still be hot by next year.
Yes,
I
I'm
believe
sure.
that. Okay, JC, who you picking?
Bit of controversy, but I think they're going to shock the world. I think the Young Bucks are going to sneak away and bust out.
Oh, that would be crazy.
I think whatever they're planning, All Elite Wrestling, whatever their countdown.
Get out of my head.
Really?
Get out of my head.
Oh, no. Oh, really? You're thinking
Get
that
out
too?
of my head. I was thinking
They
that
are
too.
going to run away to All Elite Wrestling with the IWGP Tag
What a
Team
great,
Championships.
what a great angle, though.
Oh, God, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Run
So
away
you're
with the
picking
belts.
the Young Bucks too?
I'm picking Young
Hell
Bucks
yeah,
too.
buddy.
I was thinking the exact same thing.
So
I was thinking, well, maybe they'll stay, maybe they're not. They had this All Elite thing going on, but what if they pull sort of a pseudo CM Punk type of thing where they win and leave? I'm like, wow,
Well,
that
what-
would be great.
You
I
said
want
to
to
yourself,
see that.
there's so much controversy heat on them for even being in this match.
Yeah, there
I'm
is.
sure the crowd, we know Japanese crowd's
and-
respectful, they're probably going to boo the crap out of them. You imagine if they won
Yeah.
the belts.
And
they would
what
draw.
did Uncle Eric say about controversy?
creates
Controversy
cash.
creates cash. Yeah.
What if they take the belts, they pin one of the gorillas, but Sonata and Evil aren't part of the decision, and then like chase them out of the Tokyo Dome?
that'd be
Yeah. Be
It
great.
fits perfectly though.
Only because I want to see that happen because Sonata never gets excited about anything. I love to see him get pissed about this and chase the Young Bucks out of the building. Oh, another side note about this match. Tama Tonga tweeted, or it was Twitter or Instagram, said how many F-bombs are going to be dropped at this Wrestle Kingdom because the year Tonga Loa debuted at Wrestle Kingdom, he said the F word so many times that it was like, because
that
like,
was-
you got to
it was
watch it.
funny.
Watch the English commentary because Steve Carino was on that night,
Oh, man,
and
he's
Carino could not stop laughing the entire match. And it got to the point where he couldn't even call anymore. Kevin
Just
Kelly
mute the mic and be like, all right, I'm done.
yeah, he just kept laughing. He laughed like Corey Graves laughed at Titus O'Neil at the Greatest Royal Rumble. He slipped the bell.
How this world slides.
Right?
Oh
man.
I need to go watch that again.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
That's just good things to laugh at. Makes you smile throughout the day.
Yeah.
All right. Next we have the IWGP United States Championship match. Champion Cody, probably accompanied by Brandy Rhodes, if there is a god.
Better be there.
Yes, you better be.
Yeah, versus Juice Robinson. This match, I think people will probably sleep on, but I can't. Because Juice Robinson proves himself every single time he gets out there, and Cody doesn't disappoint. I'm sorry. I've heard people argue that they don't like watching Cody wrestle. I've heard this argument from other people, and I'm just like, I can never agree with that.
Who are these people?
I don't know, but I can
they
never
hate
agree with
themselves?
that. I guess because I just can't. I don't
People
get
that
it.
like Stardust more than Cody Rhodes.
And those people are sad. I feel sad for those people, but I just can't like Cody is just like he's like an old school technical guy. You know, he's not the flashiest guy in the world, but you don't always need that. You need someone to vary it up. It's pro wrestling, vary it up. So with that being said, for this match though, I'm gonna pick Juice.
Yeah,
honestly, because I think for one, this will be a revenge match from Cody's debut at Wrestle Kingdom. Where he faced Juice Robinson in a non-title match and beat him. But Juice Robinson, not only will this be a redemption for him for Wrestle Kingdom, it'll be him getting that belt back. And I know how much that belt meant to him when he won it. I was shocked when he lost it, but I got what they were doing when he did. But I think this will be like the ultimate redemption story. And honestly, this is the one match outcome I think has nothing to do with All Elite Wrestling as far as I'm concerned, even though Cody's in the Elite. I think this match is all about just Juice Robinson's chance to shine in New Japan, because the New Japan fans love him. They love this guy. He's hilarious. He's colorful. He's bright. He's loud. He's American. So they just love the guy. And I think exactly. And I think he just has the fans behind him, and this is going to be his chance to shine. So that's my pick. Tess?
This is what I like to call the proof that a post WWE career can be very successful.
Oh, absolutely,
absolutely. Proof that is not the end all be all.
And the fact that he turned down a contract to go back, he's got something good going here.
Yeah.
I was very proud of him for that too.
You can watch, Juice when he was in NXT if you want, and see the difference between, him being there and where he is now.
Yeah,
and I'm also picking Juice on this one because, he loved being the U.S. champion.
Yeah, he did.
Mm-hmm.
The crowd loves him. Putting the belt on him again, him being a 2-time champion. And it makes sense why they put the belt on Cody. He was also the NWA champion at the time.
So he was a double champion at that time.
Yeah, he did that too. Yeah, so I think, I can't not pick against Juice Robinson in this match.
Yeah,
I think he's going to get.
I think it's really hard too, because that it's like, it's like I say with Brock Lesnar, who doesn't need that Brock. I feel like I'm the Vincent Valentine Team 4-Star 5-7 abridged version whenever he says "Ho Joe" whenever I say Brock Lesnar, because I just get so mad. It's like
Cody, I get equally angry.
Cody has gotten to the point where Cody has gotten to the point where he doesn't need a championship anymore, and that's amazing. Since he left it to be, he's such a big star. What belt does he need to get over?
Isn't that a great place you want to be if you're a wrestler?
It is.
Isn't that great?
Yeah, it is.
You don't have to be the champion.
You don't have to be the champion for people to just love you unconditionally. So, but that's why I'm picking Juice. But
Juice as well. Cody, like you said, doesn't have to be a champion. I think he's given that belt some little more legitimacy by holding it.
Yeah,
and ready to pass that on to Juice. And again, the All Elite Wrestling thing. I think his chance to actually win a belt and run away with it was going to be at Final Battle, which I thought.
I thought that was going to happen.
That would have been epic. So, but I think this Juice Robinson's going to walk away with this one, and Cody's going to be putting a lot of his effort into All Elite Wrestling. He's betting on himself.
Yeah,
and a lot of people are afraid to do that. Anywhere really.
True.
The sports world. I'll give you an NFL example. Rich Sherman. Everyone criticized his contract, which is strictly all. Nothing was guaranteed. He had to play to earn that money, and he's betting on himself.
Yeah.
And I respect the hell out of Cody for doing that. So this he doesn't need this belt. He's gonna lose the title, but he's gonna become a bigger star even next year than he already is. So.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Props to Cody and props to Brandy for sticking with him, because you don't ever know what kind of person some people are until they get a chance to prove themselves. She could have, done something scrupulous, like say I'm staying with WWE where the money is. No, she stuck with her husband, and it all the payoff in the world, because first of all, they're phenomenal together.
Yes.
And I love their clapbacks against anyone on Twitter. If you guys have never seen their Twitter replies to people who are hating on them are they're magnificent. I was like, oh my god,
because they ain't them, man. They hate them because they ain't them.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all it is. Because they ain't them.
Yeah, because everyone who tries to make fun of Brandy for whatever, make Cody for whatever, they're just like, I'm just like, y'all don't want this fight, man. It's the only person who
are you really bored? Are you really that bored?
Yeah, and the only person who has gotten that badass of Twitter responses since then has been, to me, Becky Lynch.
Yes.
And so I was like, those are like my 3 favorite people to follow on Twitter, because I was like, man, who really picks this fight? Because
mostly because
that's your fault.
Mostly because Kevin Owens has been kind of laying low on Twitter lately. So can't wait till he gets back on that Twitter game.
I want Kevin Owens and Becky Lynch to be a tag team, by the way.
Yes.
Anyway, okay. So moving on to actually is one of the matches I'm most looking forward to on this card, the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship match with the champion Kushida defending against Taiji Ishimori.
Oh man.
Wow.
Yeah.
This match is so hard for me to pick, and
Me too.
And let me quickly explain my reasons why. One, Kushida is like the ace of the juniors right now. He's like the Tanahashi of the juniors, in my opinion. And a lot of people will hate him for that. They're like, oh, he keeps winning the belt, Yeah, because he's good.
That's kind of how it works.
They're always bad. Like, oh, Kushida keeps winning the belt, keeps winning the belt. Yeah. He's talented. They're not.
It means more when someone takes the belt off of him. Like,
It's not New Japan saying, "Oh, our other juniors aren't good." That's not what they're saying. They're saying that this junior is the ace, and if we need someone we can count on to have a great match, hey, look, Kushida's right there. Let's throw him in it. Yeah. So, and another reason is the coup that they got of getting Taiji Ishimori away from Noah.
Yeah,
that was like the Shingo leaving Dragon Gate thing to me, except even more so because I thought Ishimori would like live and die in Pro Wrestling Noah because he was like their biggest star.
Yep.
When he debuted as Bone Soldier, I was floored. I could not believe it. But this whole new persona he's got, like this more violent, this more edgy, and then with the Bullet Club, I think this is everything Ishimori was just needing to get even better and get to that even higher place than he was in Noah, which I'm shocked to say because I thought he was at the top of his game in Noah, and I was wrong. He could get even higher than he was. Yeah. So, oh man, I'm just so looking forward to this match because I think it's going to be his chance to really, really just show his stuff because like the tag league was a great place with him and Robbie Eagles because they were so much fun to watch. And then his sneak attacks of Kushida with his crutch when he was injured was hilarious. I was like, what is it with Bullet Club guys faking injuries nowadays?
That's kind of their thing.
Yeah, it is.
That's the way it is.
Yeah.
Classic heel stuff.
Okay, so we'll start with this one with JC. Who you got?
Ishimori, actually.
Really?
Because you said yourself when we put the belt constantly on Kushida. Why? And when you put somebody over, when somebody beats him, it means more. Mm-hmm. It's going to mean a lot with this guy. Like you said, coming over from Noah, a brand new persona, and you want to show that you can make this guy a bigger star than he ever was. This is it. This is where you do it. Put it on Wrestle Kingdom, have him win the title, and run with it. So I think Ishimori is going to take the title here on this one. Mm-hmm.
Tez?
This is the same reason I'm picking Ishimori.
We got some ESP thing going on.
Yeah,
I think so.
It's for those same reasons when someone is so good at one place and you expect them. Oh, just like you were saying, Tommy, he is so good at this place.
Yeah.
How can he get even better?
Yeah,
and he did so just by changing nearly completely. And proving that he can, proving that he had that in him. It's
because
like Hogan turning heel,
right?
In NWO,
exactly.
Like we didn't know he had it in him.
Yeah, because Bone Soldier Ishimori is nothing like Noah Ishimori. No. It's almost like it's not even the same person anymore. I was like, who is this guy?
Which is great. It makes you even shows you how better you are.
Yeah,
do multiple things.
Or even recently with Becky Lynch.
For sure.
This is much better.
This is what carries you from just being a star to just like a legendary icon. It's I think that's what we're seeing right now.
Exactly, and I think they're going to ride that momentum, and he's going to get the belt. Yeah, I think he's going over. And are there still these reports about WWE trying to court Kushida?
I think there are. I think that's still true. I think they're still trying to get Kushida because so honestly, I hope he doesn't take it. That's just me
same
too.
Here.
Not yet.
But what does that say? That a junior talent, because everyone looks down on the juniors, which I don't know why. I never got that. I love watching the junior heavyweight matches.
There's still some fascination with heavyweights. It's like that's the thing.
There's nothing wrong with watching heavyweights. It's like when people look down on the junior heavyweights, it's like why these guys are going to go great matches.
There's no point. Even growing up, I enjoy watching Intercondylar title matches more than the WWE title matches because that was the workhorse belt.
I certainly watch them now on Raw. As opposed to, oh wait, he's never there. Never mind.
Exactly. That's a hierarchy. The Intercontinental title is the top belt on Raw.
It is.
Yeah. If you want to put a modern spin on it, you could. There's a lot of parallels with 205 Live. A lot of people look down that it was its own show.
Yeah.
It was only on the network. It finally got its own day, but everybody on that show has like really put their blood, sweat, and tears into it and made it even better than it has been. So it's coming up. So
that show is so much fun to watch now.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. So for this one, I'm going to pick Ishimori as well, and I'm doing that because going back to what I said about Hiromu, I think he will be back soon. And the thing is, he's beaten Ishimori before to win the junior tournament before he was injured. He beat Ishimori in the finals. It was the finals to win the whole tournament. So I think if Ishimori wins it here, when Hiromu comes back, and he's coming back sooner or later, he's gonna go straight after that belt. Nothing's gonna stop him. And if he has to go through the whole junior division to get that belt back, he'll do it. And those guys will put on another 5-star class. I think their last match was 5 stars, wasn't it? I think Dave Meltzer gave them 5 stars for that match.
I don't recall. Probably.
If he didn't, he should have, because I saw that match. It was 5-star worthy. So that's my pick. And again, like I said, nothing against Kushida because he's just he's just one of the best right now. But I think and I do remember a while, but this was a couple years ago, Kushida always said he wanted to be the Ring of Honor World Champion. I think he's gotten a shot at that belt since then, and he did lose. But you never know; he could lose this belt. They're still doing deals with. They're still doing deals. ROH, New Japan, so he could just show up in ROH, and he could dethrone Jay Lethal or Matt Taven, or whoever becomes champ by that time.
That joint show is next month, isn't it?
Yes, it is in MSG. It is.
Hey.
It could.
G1 Supercard.
He might show up there.
It might.
We never know.
All eyes on that one right there, folks.
Hopefully it does, or this moment will be completely pointless.
Yeah. All right. Next up is a match that is probably the reason a lot of American fans will be watching this.
Definitely.
And I'm glad. And I'll get into why in a second. But IWGP Intercontinental Championship, just one of my favorite belt designs too. By the way, just random as all hell. But I love that belt design. Chris Jericho, the champion. I know of anyone who didn't know that is like random, but versus Tetsuya Naito. Just oh my god,
the promos for this. Wow.
The promos.
They have been.
You took the words right out of my mouth. I have loved every single build to this match.
It's been excellent.
It's been fantastic.
Naito has sold me that he's going to beat the crap out of Jericho.
Yes,
so I am picking Naito. I'm just going to say that.
That's fine. Yeah, go for it.
I'm also picking Naito. I wrote about his promo against Jericho on the site practitioner.com.
I'll put a link up.
I did.
I still do the editing. I'm not hosting, but I'm editing.
I mean, basically, I love that he basically went Chris Jericho on Chris Jericho.
Yeah,
for his match against Chris
Someone
Jericho.
finally stepped up. Like, it felt like everyone was afraid to do that.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, so. I mean, Jericho's kind of rolled into New Japan, just like it's like a tornado, just wrecking everybody.
Yeah, he did.
Everything.
Yeah.
And I mean, what a great way to make an impact, even if you're a guy like Chris Jericho.
Mm-hmm. His initial attack on Kenny Omega just sold me that this was a brand new Jericho that I was loving every second of it. I was like, oh yes, I can get behind this.
And we can keep saying this is the new Jericho because he keeps reinventing himself.
He does
when he keeps popping back
up.
Like the Clockwork Orange makeup, which I thought was just a stroke of genius because I was like, no one saw that coming, and I was like, it totally fit.
Yes.
So
him showing up at All In, nobody saw that coming.
Exactly.
It's just amazing. So yeah,
Chris Jericho is the only guy I think in modern wrestling who can keep a secret.
Yes, pretty much. Definitely.
Pretty much.
Definitely.
I'm picking Naito too, by the way. So go ahead, clean sweep on this one.
All right.
I think this match just has main event. It had main event written all over it when they signed it the first time. When the initial match happened, which I loved between the two of them. Yeah. I was shocked when Jericho won, but at the same time, I appreciated again what New Japan was doing. New Japan is doing this great job of building themselves up. I don't think as a threat to WWE. I think they're just building themselves up saying, hey, you can watch us too.
It's like, hey, we're here.
Yeah. It's like,
you got $10 extra?
And what other way to build up a great product than having a legendary guy like Chris Jericho come on board? I think this is still 2018 when we're filming this. So at New Year's Dash, when Jericho showed up and jumped Naito, I wasn't watching that live, but I watched it the next day and I was like, what is happening? And the funny part is, if you watch the other LIJ members, they're standing outside looking like, what's happening? Should we help?
What do we do?
They were in complete shock.
And the fact that right after
the Omega match.
Yeah, and the fact that like so many people who are feuding in New Japan were like breaking this fight up. Like people who were feuding with LIJ were actually trying to pull Naito off of Jericho and vice versa. Was hilarious to me. And it just in like every video Jericho said, "Oh, I'm going to get you, Naito," and he finally took the belt and then like would show up randomly. But yeah, Naito's videos back at Jericho have just proven he is just on that same charismatic level. Of course, LIJ Naito has been just amazing. Yes. Since he started doing it. It's what he needed to propel him to become a legendary star. Like you said, with just like with Becky Lynch, just like with Ishimori, he needed that extra push. He was already great in the ring. He was just missing something that made him a legend.
He needed to take that exit in a different territory.
And he did. And now he has like the hottest group in New Japan. They have outsold everybody in t-shirt sales, everything. They outsold Bullet Club, they outsold Chaos, everyone. And it's just great to see.
I love that logo. I love the logo.
The logo's amazing.
As a former design student, I love their logo. And we're talking about the design of the Intercontinental Championship.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nakamura.
Absolutely. Yes, thank you, Nakamura.
Yeah, thank you, Nakamura.
And I will say this though, a lot of the fans who keep saying Andrade and Almas stole Tranquilo from Naito, educate yourselves, people. Naito got it from him. Yeah. Let's call fair as fair.
We can't blame everything on WWE.
Yeah, WWE didn't steal everything.
That's not fun to do anymore.
Yeah,
anyway.
And to be fair, I almost came up with that one by himself. So, I'm definitely looking forward to this match. It's amazing that this is going to be the double main event, which is what Naito complained about the last year. That got all this started. Now, for the main event, which is honestly, until the G1, I didn't see this match coming. I really didn't think this was going to be the main event of Wrestle Kingdom. Nope. And I was keeping my eye close to the grind, close to New Japan. I was like, okay, is this really it? Is this really the main event? And when they confirmed, I was like, okay, let's do this. IWGP Heavyweight Championship match, which I just call the World Championship at this point. Kenny Omega champion defending against the once in a century talent, the ace of the universe, Hiroshi Tanahashi. I have to give him all his names. It's just at this point it's disrespectful not to. This match to me, I like how they've been discussing it. It's like a clash of ideals, more of styles. It's like because their styles, I don't think are that different. Their ideals in wrestling, I think, are vastly different. This is another match where I can't tell how much the elite thing will play into it because it's Omega and Tanahashi. There's just no losing here.
No,
there's
no,
there isn't. But so I'll go first with this one. And honestly, I got to be perfectly honest. I think Omega's going to keep it. Mm-hmm. I think Omega's going to keep the belt this time. And again, just like the Cody Juice match, I don't think it's anything to do with All Elite, really. I just think it has a lot to do with where these two guys are. Someone will dethrone Kenny. No question. Sooner or later, someone will dethrone Kenny. I just don't think it'll be Hiroshi this time around. Mm-hmm. Notice I said this time around because Tanahashi's never that far from the heavyweight championship scene. So that's just my feeling on that one. That's what you think.
His number is basically on the back of the belt, essentially.
Yeah, at this point, it's like if lost, return to Hiroshi Tanahashi. Is it Kenny Omega champion? No, I am champion all the time. No, secondary person returned to Kazuchika Okada.
Yeah,
he ain't been champion 6 months, but it's still my belt too. That's another thing. If we'd have gotten Okada and Tanahashi again, I would not have been sad.
This match again? Definitely.
Let's do it.
This match again? I am so going to watch the crap out of this.
Take my money.
It's worth the $10.
I mean, it is worth the $10.
It is. Every time they get in the ring with each other.
There's just a lot of great backstory on Tanahashi's end. I mean,
there is.
I mean, this guy who, just proving he has more left in the tank. I mean, the dude. I told you. We were going to get here.
We
talked about age later on in this segment.
And I knew we were going to get here.
Tanahashi.
Here we go.
At 42 years old, wins the G1 Climax tournament
against the Bushi of in the finals. Jesus,
exactly. And this is his. And then he had to hold on to that title shot leading up into this. Mm-hmm. And he had some. His match with Jay White. The ending with the
okay. be perfectly honest, I could have swore Jay White was going to win that. I swore up and down Jay White. Oh, Jay White's going to win this. Going to win that briefcase.
I thought that was. This is just a great story of just someone just proving he still has what it takes and climbing, grinding his way up, and then that rough match with Jay White where he still wins.
Yeah,
and proving that at 42 he can still come back and win his eighth IWGP Heavyweight Championship title, and that's why I think Omega's going to win. Because I mean, it'd be a great fairy tale story. Is this how Vince feels? Because I love it.
This probably is how Vince feels.
So exhilarating.
Make Omega look strong.
Damn it. It's been a great feel good story. That's why you're not going to win. In fact, you're fired. I mean, it would be such a great story if he won, but I don't think it'll be this time.
Yeah.
He doesn't really need it.
No.
I mean, he's been champ 7 times before. He doesn't need it. But even if he does, maybe it'll be a short time. Who knows? But
because if he wins the 8th time, Okada's going to lose his mind.
This would be a match that will break everybody watching.
Yeah.
Everyone's going to be just out of breath.
If this match goes under 30 minutes, I will be amazed. But it's not.
I can't see Omega not walking out with the belt.
Yeah.
I just can't.
Yeah.
But it's going to be great.
It's going to be a great match.
Yeah. But I expect shenanigans at the end.
Oh yeah, there's gonna be some shenanigans in this match.
I'm gonna build on.
After yes,
I expect
right.
shenanigans after the
match. After the
match,
yes, yeah. I suspect.
Mark that down. Montez says shenanigans after the match.
Shenanigans.
Hashtag shenanigans.
Hashtag
shenanigans.
JC.
Remind me, has Omega ever won a title match at Wrestle Kingdom?
He might have the first one where he debuted, where he won the junior heavyweight championship match.
Was it?
I think he beat Taguchi to become the junior champion at Wrestle Kingdom.
Because I'm thinking recent years, like the last match that I remember him winning at Wrestle Kingdom was last year against Jericho. But I mean, even that.
Well, he retained then.
He retained.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so it was a title match.
Because he was the U.S. champion.
He was U.S. champion. That's right. Okay,
so he retained there. So.
Man, I'm back and forth on this. I was trying to recall if he had one, but. Oh God.
It's tough, ain't it?
It's real tough for this one.
I'm gonna Baron Corbin this and be the lone wolf. But yeah, I said it early in the show. I think this is not very many guys are gonna walk out with championships in this match.
Okay,
this night. So, and I think this is gonna be the icing on the cake where Tanahashi, this feel good story, that's actually gonna feel good in the end. So, that's not to say Omega won't be back in the picture. I think he could very easily win it back.
He's going to be in it for.
Because I don't know if his contract's up with New Japan.
I don't think his.
He's been very good about being very quiet about his contract situation.
I think all the elite guys have been taking lessons from Jericho how to keep quiet about their contracts.
Pretty much.
How to keep stuff off social media and control people.
Which is smart, and most people should do that.
Yeah.
Nudge, nudge. Hint,
everybody.
hint, wink, wink.
Hint, hint.
You know.
Yeah.
It makes your debut that mean that much more. Just saying.
Exactly.
So.
Well,
keeps Strokes online from spoiling things.
Seriously.
Yeah, who would do that? Jesus.
Yeah, for real. Not anyone we know.
Bastards.
Yeah.
So that's our predictions for Wrestle Kingdom, ladies and gentlemen. So now we're going to move on to Impact Wrestling Homecoming, which is returning to the Asylum in Nashville, Tennessee. And I can't express how much I wish I could get to this show. I would love to, because the Asylum.
Nashville's a beautiful town.
It is.
That's true.
So,
yeah. And I remember actually watching the $9.99 a week Impact pay-per-views.
Yeah. I remember those days.
Yeah, I especially watched
the good old days.
Yeah. I didn't always watch them live. I would always wait to see what the results were and go back and watch it, because I remember when Jeff Hardy debuted, I went back and ordered that one, and because I wanted to see him versus AJ Styles. That was fun. Mm-hmm. He had some ring rust then, but it was a fun match all the same. But this match, I mean, this show just has some of the earmarks to me of old school, Asylum wrestling. It just feels like it.
This show just kind of snuck up on you too. I mean, they announced it at Bound for Glory.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, we'll get back to that trivia question. If you guys were watching our Final Battle preview, I offered a trivia question. There are only 2 wrestlers in the world that have wrestled on the 4 main pay-per-views. For Impact, Impact is Bound for Glory. New Japan is Wrestle Kingdom. WWE is WrestleMania. And Ring of Honor's Final Battle. Only 2 wrestlers in the world have wrestled for all 4 of those shows. At the end of this episode, I'll reveal who that is. See if you guys got it right. So,
okay,
I know Tommy knows. So.
Absolutely.
Yep.
being the historian.
I know who it is.
Okay.
You know who it is. All
being
right,
the
cool.
historians that we are. Okay, but let's start off Homecoming with a Falls Count Anywhere match. Eddie Edwards versus Moose. And honestly, this may be the hardest match.
Arguably the best story that Impact has going right now. Honestly, this back
I
and
have
forth.
to agree.
Yes, this feud has been awesome.
the most interesting
And also,
one,
let's be
definitely.
honest, it's because they worked in Raven. Let's just be honest. Let's call a spade a spade. It's because Raven got worked in, and it's like theatrical.
Which is fine. I mean,
I know it's great.
he can only do so much, but then these guys got to sell.
But wouldn't you want to work with Raven?
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
have him help dictate your storyline and
Yes.
your angle.
Absolutely.
And your
That's
program?
like just genius.
That's the
booking, in my
dream.
opinion.
Even
Yeah.
then,
the dream.
he can only do so much. You got to go out there and perform it and get it
Yeah.
over.
I mean,
And these guys have done that.
Like, because for one, Raven has done his time as an in-ring performer. He doesn't need to do it anymore.
Nope.
His mind is great for wrestling
Yes.
now.
Yes.
So he doesn't need to.
Great agent, great booker.
Yeah, great agent, great booker, and just guy to just talk.
Yes.
Yeah, his talking is amazing. So let's start with JC. Who do you got for this one? Eddie Edwards versus Moose, by the way.
Yeah, I'm actually, man, this is tough. I don't
This
see
is.
this feud being over.
Me neither. No, I
it's
don't.
gonna
I
go
don't
on
think
for-
it's so over.
gonna go on
If I
for
recall, I
longer.
think Eddie Edwards went over at Bound for Glory.
I think so.
I believe so.
Yeah.
I have to go back and look. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I think this at Falls Count Anywhere is Moose's playground, and I think Moose is going to come out and win this one. So
Okay.
this is something they're going to run with. They could run through this shit all year for all I know.
Yeah.
So I mean, this is going to be an awesome.
Yeah, because Psycho Eddie Edwards is awesome too.
Yeah.
So,
Yes, it is. It's been
Crazy,
enjoyable watching
unhinged.
this. So yeah.
yeah,
But yeah,
because I love
Moose
straight.
still has help too. So I mean,
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
So that's one thing. I love straight shooting Eddie Edwards, but crazy Eddie Edwards is hilarious and fun. So there's nothing
Yes.
wrong with that. So
Exactly.
Tez.
I'm also going with Moose, mainly because, like we mentioned earlier, Moose. Also because, like we mentioned earlier, we don't think this is going to be the end of the feud. It's going to keep going, and I think it'll be more interesting if Moose wins this one to just kind of like turn the crank in Edwards' head just a little bit more and make him a little bit more unstable, and a little more. Give him a little more purpose to get the next one.
I'm really hoping because I don't think they did a lockdown pay per view last year.
No, they didn't.
They
They
need
did
to
not.
bring it back,
They
and
do.
I hope they would. If they do, the final, I guess, end of this
blow-off,
feud
end
will
of-
blow
yeah,
off will be
yeah.
a lockdown, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
lockdown. We mentioned we did our Gets on Your Geekcasters WrestleCasters episode.
Yeah.
I failed to mention that one of my all time favorite pay per views is Lockdown.
I don't know. It usually was a really good pay-per-view.
Yes, it was always
It's a
fun. Everyone's like, well,
it's
it's
a gimmick
just-
pay per view that works.
Yeah,
Yeah,
doesn't
unlike
everyone,
Hell in
doesn't-
a Cell, in my opinion.
Doesn't it get old? Like, no,
Yeah.
it's fun, you know.
I
And
think
I've been
Hell in a
to a
Cell
lockdown
runs
pay per view
worse.
when it's here in San
Yeah.
Antonio,
Yeah.
and I've been to a lockdown here pay per view in San Antonio.
That one was great.
That one was amazing.
That was an amazing pay-per-view.
Even actually, my wife and I ran into Gail Kim when we went to filming of Restaurant Impossible that her husband was at the gastropub. I forget what the name of the restaurant was, but I mentioned we were wrestling fans and talked with her a little bit and mentioned that we went to lockdown, and she was just like, "Oh man, I love that show. You guys were awesome. You're like one of the best crowds we've ever had." So
That's cool.
Yes,
Well, that's because
and my all-time
San Antonio.
favorite female wrestler said
Yeah.
that she loved being in San Antonio. I was like,
Yep.
that's because I think that's because like part of it was the reaction they got at the end with Bully Ray and Jeff Hardy. I think that's
dude,
that's the
Aces
reaction.
and Eights thing was awesome.
That was great.
That was
Yes.
an Aces and Eights had every chance of working, and I couldn't believe they blew it after that because they had every chance of working right in that moment.
Considering the state of the company at that time.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Oh, we digress.
Yeah. I'm sorry. That was a tangent.
You're
Anyway,
good, Tommy.
for
But
this
back
one,
to Impact doing good things now.
yes, that's true.
Yes.
But for this one, I'm gonna go ahead and pick Eddie Edwards. Honestly, I'll be the lone wolf for this one. I think.
Baron Corbining this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Minus the haircut. Anyway, but I think, like I said, I don't think this will be the end of the feud. I just think he may win it, but he'll be just as unhinged. Because even after he wins it, Moose could still have his friend in Killer Cross show up and still be a bit violent towards him, and make him even crazier. Which, hell, works for me.
Yep.
So next up, we have the Monsters Ball match with Abyss versus Eli Drake.
Are you guys hoping that they go old school Monsters Ball and literally put these guys away in a freaking room for like 48 or 24 hours.
Yes.
To come out all crazy.
Yes,
I hope so.
Yeah,
that's those are the best Monsters Ball matches.
This is just another great staple of just the old Asylum shows, and we'll get to another one in a little bit.
Yes, and I can't wait to talk about that one.
For that.
I do love Eli Drake's whole reminiscent of Mick Foley denouncing the hardcore style.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that whole aspect is interesting. I'm gonna go ahead and make my pick now.
Okay.
I think Eli Drake's gonna win this match.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just think that would be. Abyss doesn't really need to win this. This is his match. This is his match style.
Yeah.
He's in the Hall of Fame. I just think Drake winning would make more sense long term, as far as with his whole angle of denouncing hardcore wrestling. And what better bump for that than for him to win this type of match against that particular opponent.
Okay. Could be a top heel for the company too going forward.
I agree.
So, yeah,
I agree.
definitely.
What do you think, JC?
Which is why I'm also picking Eli Drake.
Smart man.
Abyss doesn't have a whole lot of ESP thing. Abyss doesn't have a whole lot of matches left, but this is something that he can really. Eli can run the angle that he's not in the hardcore wrestling, but he can take some hardcore bumps in this match. It's going to be insane, I'm sure. So, but I'm going with Eli Drake. So
It's like we have ESPN or something.
ESPN.
Da-da-da.
I'll be the lone wolf again and go with Abyss.
Ooh, boy.
Yeah. I'm walking the races.
You can't sit with us anymore. That's
Okay. Well, I'm hosting this show and probably the next one where we'll see who was right. I'll see how wrong I was the next show. to start off 2019 with nothing but losses. Yay!
Yeah. That'll be fun.
But I just feel like this will be like Abyss's probably maybe last swan song. Yeah, because like he'll be retiring soon. But I think he'll be like a road agent from now on. Mm-hmm. And it's back in the Asylum, a place where he and AJ Styles have fought all over that building.
Yes,
I'm ready to see that happening this time too.
I mean, I think both of them have each lost like over 2 pints of blood all over the Asylum floor over their careers because
just paint over it.
Seriously, but if you go back and watch some of the old matches with those two, like AJ
nuts.
dove off of every possible surface of the Asylum and landed on Abyss 98% of the time. If there was ever something
2% that gets you,
if ever there was something to jump off of for AJ onto Abyss, he jumped off of it, and Abyss was usually there to catch him, unless he saw him coming and moved at the right moment. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that, though. It's gonna be fun. So next up, we have the World Tag Team Championship. In this match, I think could be a real show stealer, actually. LAX,
very underrated. This one's going to go.
Yeah, I think so. Absolutely. Yeah, you're right.
And another interesting dynamic between these two teams, that being Conan.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. LAX of Santana and Ortiz versus the Lucha Bros, Rey Fenix and Pentagon Jr. I'll pick on this one first. Honestly, I'm going to go Lucha Bros, only because I love this team. Phoenix and Pentagon are just two of my favorite wrestlers going right now. It's like they had this I could say like a subtle rise through the ranks. It's like when they really whenever really start to know their names, it was like, well, who are these two guys? And they like slowly built up. They did like the slow burn, and now it's like everyone's talking about them, as they should be. These guys are really good, and I just think that they're going to carry that momentum and win the tag team titles. But that's just my feelings. JC, who you got?
I'm gonna say LAX is gonna win the titles, but it's gonna be one of those like weird, sneaky roll-up pin kind of things.
Okay.
Where I feel like Lucha Bros are gonna have the upper hand most of the match. LAX is gonna steal a win, and then I wouldn't be surprised if Lucha Bros beat down LAX afterward. So, Santana and Ortiz, I'm really enjoying them as the new LAX. I say I'm still an old school LAX guy, but
I think we all kind of are.
Yeah,
that's personal preference though for a lot of friends.
But they're building themselves up as an awesome tag team. They got something working here, but this feud's long from being over. And I think LX is going to run out here with the belts, but Lucha Bros is probably going to lay a beat down afterward, and they're not going to go away quietly.
And let's point out real quick before we get to this pick how I think both Phoenix and Pentagon respectfully said no to WWE to stay on the indie circuit with TNA, with MLW, And it's just like, you know, and some people are like, well, why didn't they? Like, why would they do that? Well, because I don't think it hurt their pocketbook at all. I think they're probably still making just as much, if not more money, staying on the indie scene, doing what they want to do.
Wrestling is so much different now. There's a lot of money on the indie scene. There's a lot of money in other companies.
Yeah, Joey Ryan kind of ruined that mystique for a lot of people.
It's fine, but how much money is he making off a dick flip? Let's be honest here.
It's great because it's great when you look back in the day where wrestlers moved all the time between WWF and WCW, and Field of Promotions. Even now, even for a while when WWE was the only a dog in the yard, it became a lot tougher for that. But now with not only with just being able to, wrestlers being able to make this much money on the indies or at Ring of Honor or go to Japan or be in Impact, but also with with the internet.
Yeah.
And YouTube and being able to market
PCO pretty much came out of retirement.
Being able to market your own thing, make your money on merchandise and licensing yourself and getting more money that
Pro Wrestling
way.
Tees.
Pro Wrestling Tees.
It's another case of these guys betting on themselves, feeling like, okay, maybe one day we'll get there, but let's make ourselves bigger stars so that we can negotiate for more money.
You can make the bigger stars pull an AJ Styles. We're going to debut at the Royal Rumble and then just immediately get a match at WrestleMania.
And maybe not work as many days.
We know WWE is trying to pull into more of the Hispanic talent. They've been trying it with Alberto Del Rio. They're trying it with Cien Almas.
Yep.
They want to get guys they can do that with. But, that's part of the reason they brought Mysterio back. But Mysterio,
one of those guys will show up at your show.
Yeah. That's another debate topic.
Just
anyway,
we could talk an hour about that alone. So
Phoenix and Pentagon will be there eventually, but they got to build themselves up to be able to demand more.
And they just debut on SmackDown just because they want to.
Let them build up a bigger,
yes.
Let them build up a bigger fan base before they jump in there. So
Who'd you pick for this?
I got Lucha Brothers on this one.
I'm corbiting this one.
Yep, I can. Yep, I'm the closest thing I have to a bald hair is this cap.
I might be balding more than you, bro. Don't worry.
And I'm basically going with them. I can kind of see the titles going back and forth between them in this feud. This feud I think this feud can go on much longer.
Like a Dudley's Edge and Christian Hardy's.
Yes,
feud.
That's honestly how I'm seeing this
too. That we're talking about.
That's honestly how I'm seeing this particular rivalry.
Those are the only three teams that had those belts all of the year 2000. They were the only three. They were the only three guys.
It was always Edge and Christian, the Hardys, the Dudleys. Maybe the Conquistadors, technically, because they're a different team.
That's true. Maybe the Conquistadors.
See.
And one of them came back recently, and oh my God, it was Kurt Angle. I couldn't believe it. I was like,
I know, that was weird.
It was.
Yeah, I know.
It's amazing.
It's amazing. He bulked up too. Got a little bit. That's amazing. Yeah.
It's so cool.
Yeah, only took him 15 years. That's right.
Next up is the match that I am so happy is back. X-Division Championship. Who's the belt? The belt is currently being held by Vacant. Vacant's not getting to defend it. I don't know why.
Vacant, man.
He holds a lot of titles.
He does, dude. Vacant has held everything, and the fact that he's not
getting Vacant for Hall of Fame.
I think, then for like 3 weeks in WCW in 2000, he held like all the belts. That was amazing.
Hey, I think one day,
amazing.
I think one day Vacant held everything because everyone lost the belts, so Vacant held all the belts.
That's true, man.
And didn't get to defend a single one. That's
currently he's also
how they get through airport security with all the belts.
Currently, he's also the NXT UK Tag Team Champion.
Oh, that's true. How does he do it by himself?
I am the Tag Team Champions.
Vacant doesn't get enough recognition.
I'm the Tag Team Champions.
Anyway, Ultimate X. My God, I'm so happy it's back.
Ultimate X is
so much fun. Yes. So much fun.
Has always been one of the best matches TNA ever put on. When there was like a drought of something new in wrestling. TNA debuted Ultimate X, and
the six-sided ring was better. But
I
agree.
But Ultimate X just took the world by storm because it was like, it was a ladder match without the ladder, and there was like, how is that possible? Because these guys have amazing arm strength.
Ladders are banned in this match. People don't forget that you cannot use a ladder in this match. Yes.
And of course, participating in this match would be Jay Christ of OVE, Ohio versus Everything, Ethan Page, Rich Swann, and Trey Miguel. For this one, it's a little tough for me.
Oh boy.
For one, honestly, even with little as I know about Trey Miguel, what I have seen of him, I think he's just as much a contender as anyone in this match. But honestly, who I see winning this one, I'll start us off. I think Rich Swann has this one in the bag. Honestly, Either way, it's Ultimate X. It's kind of like it's home, like it's Ultimate X's homecoming and return.
Yes, it is.
And I think these 4 guys are gonna be the right ones to show it off. That being said, I wish there were at least 2 more spots in there so both Chris brothers could be in it. Honestly, I can't even front. And I wish, I know it's not possible. I wish like Amazing Red could come back to just like one more Ultimate X match.
Yeah.
Little trivia about me: Amazing Red was the very first indie wrestler I ever met. Like he was the reason I discovered RCW in San Antonio because Amazing Red was at one of their shows. So that's how I discovered indie wrestling. But yeah, Chance, who you got?
I also got Rich Swann.
Okay.
I cannot bet against this guy. I really can't.
Remember when everyone said his career was done and he was never going to wrestle again, and then he said, "Ha, you guys thought."
You listened to something I said. Come on, y'all.
You guys thought.
Yeah. Again, I would say a coming success after WWE story, very possible.
Yeah,
for Rich Swann. I think oh man, I can't picture what they can do with the other 3 guys after winning this title. But I can picture them doing something with Rich.
I can, for sure.
Mainly because I can't see what they're going to do with the other 3 guys if they get it.
Because I think Jake is more of a tag team specialist with his brother.
That's why he's out of the equation completely in my
Ethan
mind.
And Trey are a bit too new, in my opinion. Yeah. Like let's say they're not good, but they're a bit too new. But Rich is kind of the guy who kind of needs that redemption story because of all the crap he went through before and everything. So
he has a name. He can basically help kind of rebuild the division. Yeah, quote unquote. Even though it's been doing all right, but hey, the title was just given up, and we'll get to that in a little bit. Yeah, yeah. But I think he's the best pick for that.
For sure. JC?
He's the best pick. He's the fan favorite, and everyone's going to be behind it. Who do you think the crowd's going to hate the most?
Ethan Page, probably.
Ethan Page.
Ethan Page. The only other person they could hate more is Jay Chris if his brother shows up, which I firmly believe could happen. But the only reason I still think Rich will win is I think Willie Mack will come and interfere on Rich's behalf to make sure that to keep everything on the up and up.
I think Trey Miguel is going to shock the world. He's going to be the new guy, the debut guy. He's going to steal the show. Okay. By the end of the match, he's going to have the crowd cheering for him. Okay. And he will steal the title. You mentioned these guys running in. He's going to sneak out and win it. So there's always something.
It's entirely possible.
These 4-way Ultimate X matches are hard to call, and there's so much.
It is. Well, that being said, the Ultimate X debut, I mean, pretty much no one knew who anyone was. So when Michael Shane won the first Ultimate X, that's how much of a nerd I am. Yeah. I knew that, but I had to remotely look
that's a name I haven't heard in a long time.
Yeah. Wow. Michael Shane, by the way, in real life, Shawn Michaels' actual cousin. Yes.
Nice guy.
Yeah, when he won the original Ultimate X match, it was like no one knew who these guys were. They knew who Michael Shane was, and if you can believe this, no one knew who Frankie Kazarian was. Yep. And when he won it, it was just completely a shock to the world that he stood up against him and against Chris Sabin, Jerry Lynn. I think was Jerry Lynn in that one. I don't know. No, he wasn't the first. No, Chris Sabin was in that one.
Sabin was in that one.
So, but he could very well be. So nothing wouldn't be okay with me if that happened. Mm-hmm. Okay. Next up is a match that I think another potential match of the year candidate, and we're gonna get to why he's so happy in just a second. The Knockout Championship match. Champion Tessa Blanchard defending against Taya Valkyrie with special guest referee Gail Kim.
I'm so happy to see you on TV again.
And no, JC, you can't pick Gail Kim to win the match.
Look, I'm gonna be winning just because she's on TV.
Yeah, he will.
Yes.
That being said, I got to agree with that. It's just good to see Gail Kim.
It is good to see Gail. Very true.
So
shout out to her husband Robert Irvine, who just debuted his new magazine, Robert Irvine Magazine.
Cool.
Planning to pick one up.
Cool.
Cooking stuff, workout stuff, just his life in general, stuff he's doing with the troops. It's a really cool magazine.
That's really cool. Congratulations.
Yes. Shout out to that.
Okay, so with this match, I think we have two of the baddest women on the planet. No disrespect to any women who currently use that moniker at all, because I don't want to get beaten up.
Definitely two of the baddest women in Impact, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. This just proves that how much women's wrestling has always been. I think women's wrestling has always been strong. It hasn't always been showcased. Yeah. Yes. But it says something, because honestly, how we have this listed for our end, I think is kind of how it will play out at Homecoming. I honestly do see this match as being like the semi-main event, if not before or after Ultimate X, because this is a match that has a lot of build up to it.
Yeah.
They have had this match before. There were some shenanigans, #shenanigans. And, Tessa walked away with the belt, but Taya kept chasing after her. Taya wants to be champion. Tessa wants to keep that belt, and they're just great at going at each other. So I think this could be another potential steal the show match because there would just be great wrestling up and down on the card. And of course, with Gail Kim, you can't go wrong at all with Gail Kim.
No, you cannot.
There's my plug for him. So that being said, JC, I'll let you go first.
Okay, let me go first. First, Gail's going to call it right down the middle.
Who's gonna win the match, you nut?
Huh? No, I'm just watching the ref the whole time. No.
Okay, he doesn't care.
I'm kidding. You mentioned Taya's chasing it, and Taya. Gail's going to make sure nothing else gets in the way.
Yeah.
And I think Taya Valkyrie's going to win the title here. So,
Okay.
This is her time. I mean, they really built her up recently too. And honestly, since Tessa won the title, you didn't really know if anybody could beat her.
Yeah.
And they've actually built this up to. It looks pretty believable that Taya could walk away with the title. So, but I'm picking Taya Valkyrie on this one.
All right.
Gail Kim's still going to be great though.
While I do agree with JC that Gail Kim will be great.
We all agree Gail Kim.
We all agree with
referee
that.
of the night, definitely.
Referee of the night for
Definitely
sure.
referee of
Yeah,
the night, yes.
absolutely. That I can 100% confirm.
But I say just like their match at Bound for Glory, this match will steal the show. It probably will be the best match of the show. Maybe.
Okay.
Probably. It will at least steal the show. Mm-hmm. And
won't be a bad match at all. That's for sure.
No,
we can guarantee that.
Definitely. But at Bound for Glory, Tessa played dirty to retain. They had a rematch. She played dirty again. I can go with that simple third time's a charm. That the Taya will get it. I still pick Taya Valkyrie to win the belt.
Okay.
I also think along with that, Gail Kim will call it straight down the middle. It will be shocking if something screwy, #shenanigans would happen. But
I can't wait to see the final edit of this.
I'm leaving all this crap in. This is how it goes, man.
Great.
It's a lot of hashtags I got to put up there. Damn it.
There you go. You're welcome. #you're welcome.
Bastard.
I'm picking Taya Valkyrie on this one.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, none of that. The dirty work the Tessa is going to have pulled the last 2 times is going to work. Is going to fly this time.
Okay. Clean sweep for this one because I'm picking Taya as well.
Oh boy.
I think Gail Kim is going to call it right down the middle, and she will be the referee of the night.
Yes, she is.
So we are agreeing that Gail Kim is going to be the best ref that is going to be on this show.
Referee of the year.
Yeah, sure. Why
Let's
not? Okay.
throw that out there.
Best looking referee of the year. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I just think Taya, it's her time.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is a feud still. I don't think this will be the last time we ever see these two. It can't be. They're too good to keep away from each other.
This is another finish at lockdown kind of thing. So.
Yeah.
And I was going to say it's like AJ and Daniel Bryan, AJ Samoa Joe. Oh, this match is happening again.
Cool.
Fine.
I will watch it. I am so ready to watch this match again.
It could be John Cena and Randy Orton for the 1 millionth time. We know what they're going to do.
John Cena and Randy Orton are
No
going to be.
disrespect. It's
they're
just
gonna
the
be
dynamic just doesn't.
You know they're going to be 80 years old and have the one more match. Right?
Nah.
WrestleMania 50.
Winner gets inducted in the Hall of Fame before the other. Loser has to induct the other.
Oh, my elbow.
Tries to go for an RKO out of a wheelchair.
That's great. From RKO out of nowhere to RKO out of a wheelchair. That's awesome. That works out.
Someone animate that. That'd be hilarious.
Yes.
Great.
That's the next shirt.
That would be a great shirt. I'd wear that. Okay, so now we are to the main event, the Impact World Championship. Johnny Impact champion defending against Brian Cage, who chose option C, cashing in the X Division Championship to get this title shot. And
what do y'all think of that too? A lot of people have criticized option C. I mean, some people do think it's like it lessens the X Division title.
I
see that, but I also look at it like, okay, he's cashing in because, let's face it, the World Champion is still the ultimate title to have on Impact. That's what everybody wants. Plus, it gives you a chance to build up some new stars out of the X Division. Case in point, I picked Trey Miguel to win earlier in the night. So, you got a chance to showcase some new talent and build some guys up. So.
I see why people feel that way, but at the same time, a lot of guys who were X Division who became World Champion, let's pick out the obvious name, AJ Styles.
Yep.
it's kind of like how it went.
Samoa Joe
Samoa Joe especially. Another guy who had a very short-lived world title run, but I still was glad he ever had it, was Chris Sabin. Yes. Chris Sabin to me will always be the guy who helped define the X Division. To me, it was AJ Styles, Jerry Lynn, Low Key, Amazing Red, and Chris Sabin. Those were the 5 guys who I always said when TNA was getting started defined the X Division, who helped build it up from the ground up. To me, if all those 5 guys could always have a match with each other, one singles matches, tag team,
Ultimate X,
5-way, whatever you wanted to call it.
5-way Ultimate X.
A 5-way Ultimate X between those 5 would have been like my dream come true, and I'm sad we never got that. But those were the 5 guys who always defined X Division for me. And the fact that most of them have been world champions somewhere. Jerry Lynn eventually became ROH world champion even after he left TNA.
That's true.
So the X Division belt to me has always been a sign of guys who can do it at some point. Yeah. Maybe it does cheapen it a bit to do it this way, but I don't think you can just cash it in all the time anywhere. So I think that's one thing that kind of helps it out. I mean, because you kind of have to. Yeah, you can cash it in soon at certain points. You got to be champion first, and you got to beat the guy who is champion. Yeah. That's not always easy.
It's not something where you, if I lose, I get the title again. No, you're giving it up.
Because if you give up that belt, that's it. You don't automatically get the belt back. No, someone else will be champion.
Yep.
If you don't win the world championship. Tough luck, bro. You gave it up.
It's not a situation like if you're Intercontinental champion, you win a WWF title, and then you're immediately stripped of the Intercontinental belt.
Yeah, exactly. No.
That was Ultimate Warrior, or like with Paige when she won the Divas title, and she had to
your physical reaction.
Hold on. She beat AJ Lee, who made that belt mean something. By the way, Divas title. So let's look at it that way.
That's true. I just can't stand that design.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, that's fair.
So she had to relinquish the NXT Women's
title.
The
Jeff Hardy TNA World Impact design. Let's just throw that out there.
That was bad too.
I'm sorry.
That was bad too.
I had to say it. Google that crap if you want to see
it.
Go
ahead, Google that one.
You are, and this has been kind of a theme, you are betting on yourself.
Yes.
And you will relinquish this belt first. Mm-hmm. And you may not even win this belt you're trying to challenge for. So that adds a little bit of extra.
Plus,
drama.
The guy you're challenging is shady as hell. I mean, his girlfriend or wife, Ty Valkyrie, is wrestling the match before that, and could very easily. We all picked her to win that title.
Yeah.
She's going to be involved somehow.
Oh yeah.
You're kind of going at it against all odds too.
You are.
Yep.
And the Cage, he's only been pinned maybe once. It was like in the 6-man tag match.
Yeah, and also, you know what? You mentioned that. His now fiance, Melissa Santos, has been rumored to be part of Impact now. Could she play she could play a part in this, which now just made this match. This just made this much harder for me to call. Actually, I actually had my choice until I said that. Damn,
you ruined your own choice.
I did.
You're hosting. Who's picking first?
Tennis goes first.
Gives me time to drink my water. I think about Gail Kim as referee of the year.
I'm so glad that that's happening now.
God. Give me another excuse to wear my shirt.
Oh, boy. You know what? Let's keep the single streak going. I'm going to go with Brian Cage on this one.
Brian Cage.
Okay.
Yeah. No reason other than the streak, because I have no idea. I have no idea how this will continue afterwards. I mean, if Cage's SO does show up in this match, that would be a great way to keep this going forward, especially if Tataya is involved somehow in this match. That'd be an interesting way to see.
If either of them win, I don't know what's going to happen next. Yeah, that's actually a good thing. That's like the first thing. Yeah. It's surprising to say that about TNA. It's like, I don't know what's going to happen next. Yeah. Oh my God, I said that out loud and I meant it. It's such a good thing.
And I'm intrigued.
Yeah,
exactly. This is good.
I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, you really don't know what's going to happen with
Impact Wrestling for a long time.
Yeah, we haven't. Yeah, with Impact, you can set your watch on what's going to happen. Well, that's happening.
Yep. The WWE do it. Yeah, they do the exact same thing.
Yeah, exactly.
They do the exact same thing, but not as well.
Said, wow, you can set your watch by this terrible writing that Vince Russo is doing.
And now Eric Young is champion.
Yeah,
I was happy about that only for Eric Young because he deserved it. I was just sad as to why they did it. I was like, oh my God, they could have at least. That's
why the whole thing bugged me because of why they did it.
Yeah, but Eric Young did deserve it. Anyway,
yeah, he did.
JC, who you got?
I'm actually picking Johnny Impact. I feel like he has a longer run with the title now. I think Brian Cage will get there eventually, but it's going to mean more if he loses here, gets himself built back up, and chases Impact and beats him later on down the line. So,
okay.
I think Impact, Johnny Impact / Mundo / Nitro / what insert name
Morrison.
here / whatever.
All the names he has. God.
Names.
You know, it sucks because at Bound for Glory, so much of his title win, it was over Austin Aries, is overshadowed by the fact that Austin Aries,
How he left.
how he left afterward.
That was a mess.
Whether that was a shoot, whether that was plans, or whatever it was. And I feel like he deserves more than that. I mean, it's such a big deal for him to have a champ. He's winning a title everywhere he goes, just about. So, I think Johnny Impact has a longer run in him. He's gonna hold the belt here, but later on down the line, he will lose to Cage sometime this year.
Okay.
So,
well, that makes me the tiebreaker. And actually, now that everything's said and done, I thought about it. I'm gonna go with Johnny Impact. So Tez, you're the lone roof on this one, man.
Last man standing.
A lot for the reasons you said, and also because I just think I think Don Callis, who's doing the booking for Impact now, I think he wants kind of to. I think for one, Callis knows how to build a feud.
yes,
Let's just start with that one.
he does.
So for one, I cannot in any way, shape, or form possibly see this being the only match between these two. Because honestly, I think this will be a very main event worthy match. I think that hilariously, Johnny's wife will steal the show in the match with Tessa, but I think that these two will put on a main event worthy match. Especially going back to the Asylum. I think that they have that potential, and they have the potential to carry a feud long past one match like this. Maybe it won't be the very next time that the titles are lined up face each other, but I do think, like you said, Cage will get himself back in championship contention.
Yep.
Because he tears through his guys. And by the way, he's one of the people I have met before. You cannot appreciate the size of this man until you're standing next to him and feeling like very much less of a person, because this dude is just so freaking. He is a machine.
Yeah.
He's such a freaking beast. It's like, okay, fine, whatever. I'm gonna go to Whataburger, feel better about myself.
God made me special too.
Yeah, it's like I have those muscles. They just don't look like that. But either way,
Mine are just dormant. That's what I say. My abs are dormant.
I'm gonna start using that. Yes, but either way, Impact Wrestling Homecoming is shaping up to be a much better show than I think originally probably even thought it was gonna be. I think with this solid card now, maybe they can even throw in a surprise or two the day of. You never know.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, as of recording, they may add another match when they broadcast their last show on the Pop TV network.
Yeah, maybe
Thursday.
Maybe they'll do an over the budget battle royal.
Oh, jeez, I doubt that.
Isn't that one of the best names?
I still love that name.
Isn't that one of the best names for a match for an indie show?
I still love that name. That's why I throw it in everywhere. It's like, oh, no.
You know that has to become a tradition too. Like, they keep doing all in. So yeah.
I agree.
I hope they do it and just start adding like random fans who sign a waiver. It's like,
Sign me up, man.
I do it.
Yep.
Throw me over the top rope. Don't you go there. I know you're gonna go with that.
Go ahead. You got to get thrown because you ain't jumping.
Shut up. Anyway, those are our predictions for Wrestle Kingdom 13 and Impact Homecoming. What are your predictions? Leave us some comments down below. Either down there or go on Twitter. Yeah, you can do that now. Or you can go on Twitter. Leave some comments there. What do you guys think? Who's gonna win? Who's gonna lose? Are we right? Or are we totally wrong? Let us know why you think so. Wrestle Kingdom, Friday, January 4th, live from Tokyo Dome in Tokyo, Japan. Starts at 2 a.m. The pre-show starting at 1 a.m.
Central Time.
Yeah, Central Time.
Drink a whole bunch of coffee.
Yeah,
Yes.
seriously. Or do like I do. Get a nap before and just wake up in time. Set your alarm. For FITE TV on the app, it's going to be $35. If you already have New Japan World, it's totally free. It is for those of you who don't know, it's a $10 subscription. It's pretty much the same as the network. It's, 999 yen? It's equivalent to $10 here.
Get New Japan World.
Just get New Japan World. It's totally worth it. I have it, and you can go back. They are adding English commentary to pretty much all their old stuff. They have the team going back to do everything. And that way, if you're missing like years before, if you're like, well, who's this guy? Who's that guy? get on New Japan World and just look up everything. It's a great value for just $10 a month.
And you can choose the language on the live broadcast too, right? Yes, of course.
Yeah, you can. Because I think it's still Kevin Kelly and is it Josh Barnett? I think Josh Barnett's still doing it with him, and they're right there.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, because when the camera pans past the broadcasters, they're right there sitting next to them. So it's not just like English commentary or when they're somewhere else. No, they're sitting right next to the ring, calling it right across from the Japanese announce team. So it's definitely worth it. I love it. It's great. And of course, we have the 2-hour special on Access TV, 7 p.m. Central Time, for the couple hours of the show. Access TV, great way to watch it in case you just don't have New Japan World. Give them some love and some support too.
Yeah, this is kind of a break for the way they've done it in previous years. It's always been like a month or so before they actually put the Wrestle Kingdom show on Access TV on their weekly show. This year, the night of January 4th, they are going to have the show on Access TV, at least 2 hours of it. Yeah. So then 2 hours a week after, 2 hours a week after that. So
but if you want
still a way to watch.
Yeah, but if you want to completely uninterrupt it, just get New Japan World.
New Japan World, exactly. Yeah. So.
Yep. And so for Impact Homecoming, that'll be this coming Sunday, January the 6th at 7 p.m. Central Time, live from the Asylum in Nashville, Tennessee. And man, that's just so cool they're going back there. So many great things happen in the Asylum. And honestly, if it wasn't for that building, TNA would never have made it to being as big as it was because so much has happened in that building, and it was definitely worth all the time they put there. I'm glad they're going back. That'll also be on the FITE TV app for $40. And of course, you can catch replays of all this stuff. FITE TV is doing a really great job of helping wrestling. Really, they help with, they did All In. They're doing this, so just big shouts out to FITE TV for all they've been doing for helping wrestling stay on the forefront. That's not just WWE
and MMA as well. It's not
MMA
any kind of fight sport. They're into it. So, shout out also to Impact. I did report on this on our Twitter account that they are moving to the Pursuit channel.
Yes.
January 11th. So. Basically, the fallout from Homecoming is going to be the first episode on the Pursuit channel. So check our Twitter account at CCG_WrestleCast. I have a channel listing on there from certain providers that they have. I believe they also have an on-demand app as well. So
nice.
On Roku and some other Fire Stick and whatnot. So check on that too if you don't have Pursuit on your cable provider. I have Uverse, so I know I have it. So thank God.
Gotcha.
I just have to switch my DVR over, so don't forget to do that too. So
and before we sign off, what did you want to mention?
For those of y'all in the San Antonio area and who follow us on the Countdown City Geekcast, you've known for a while that Young Justice, for the last 6 years, people have been waiting for season 3. Seasons 1 and 2 were awesome, and then they just unceremoniously were just taken off the Cartoon Network. Yeah. Something back there, right?
Cartoon Network.
Season 3 of Young Justice is finally coming back this Friday, January 4th.
Where's season 3 of Green Lantern?
Oh well.
I love that show so much. I really did. I did.
It's all right.
Anyway, so Young Justice Outsiders debuts this Friday on the DC Universe streaming service. We are going to be having a watch party at the Calibra Commons Play Live Nation this Friday, January 4th at 8 p.m. And it's $5 entry, but that gets you gaming at Play Live for the rest of the night until midnight. We're going to show the first few episodes of Young Justice Outsiders, and then we're going to have a live broadcast on Facebook Live, just commentating on the episodes themselves, where we think the season's going to go, because it's only the first 3 episodes of a 26-episode season. So we're definitely keep in touch on Facebook Live, the Countdown City Geekcast. We're going to be doing a live broadcast. You feel free to comment with your thoughts on it as well. We also do have an interview coming up with Chris Jones, who's one of the animators for the Young Justice tie-in comic, the artist for it. So we got that coming up as well. So stay tuned. We got a lot of big things happening this year. This is our first event of 2019. It's going to be a big one. We look forward to everybody to come out and see us. Come watch Young Justice with your fellow geek friends out there. So
absolutely.
Yep.
All right. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, to continue with all the news when it comes to not just the Geekcast with WrestleCast as well, at CCG_WrestleCast. Of course, yep. See, he gets to do that now. And of course, follow us here.
Right there. Okay.
Yeah.
And of course, follow us here on the YouTube, subscribe, and click that little bell to stay notified about anything coming up. And next week, we'll be recapping Wrestle Kingdom 13 and Impact Homecoming to see how right or wrong we were. And I'm guessing I'm going to be pretty wrong because I was the lone wolf for a lot of these matches, which is amazing.
You're either really smart or really stupid. That's basically what's going to happen.
Or you're kind of in between.
It's amazing how if I get to host a show and I'm like wrong a majority for what I picked. That would be hilarious.
You'll never host again.
Exactly.
You'll host the Wrestle Kingdom show, damn it.
And of course, we'll be previewing NXT TakeOver Blackpool.
NXT UK TakeOver
NXT UK, I'm sorry.
We may do a one episode thing like this. We may split it into two because there's a lot to cover.
There is.
Wrestling is definitely loaded in January this year. So.
Yes, it is.
And that's just, I think everyone's just capitalizing. Hey, New Japan's doing it. Why don't we do it too?
Yes. Pretty much.
And I have to admit, that's smart.
Yes.
Get it while you can.
Yeah.
But like I said, come with your thoughts, guys. Let us know what you think is going to happen at Wrestle Kingdom and at Impact, and if you even have some thoughts about NXT UK TakeOver Blackpool. Let us know ahead of time.
Send us your predictions for anything wrestling in 2019.
Seriously,
it's a brand new year. So
who's going to win the Rumble? Who's going to both of our matches? Who's going to win Money in the Bank? Who's going to maybe in a SummerSlam? Who's going to come over? Who do you think's going to happen? What do you think's going to happen? Who do you think's going to show up?
Will Brock Lesnar finally be fired? Of course not. But hey, it's fun to dream, isn't it?
Will he have more than 5 matches this year?
No, of course not. But hey, it's fun to dream.
He'll have 2.
So go to Vegas and see if that's on the betting odds as well. Right?
and guess what? None of them will be on Raw ever for the rest of time. But guys, thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate it.
Good job, Tommy, hosting.
Thank you so much. It was great to host this show. It's always been fun to be a part of it, and it's even better to host it. This was so cool. Yeah. So, of course, this is JC.
Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next week. Happy New Year, everybody.
Stay true to yourselves and stay nerdy, guys.
Yeah. And I'm Tommy, and thank you guys so much for watching. And, of course, remember, pro wrestling is real.
People are fake.